Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily go get 'em number 686 for August 19, 2016. Tonight I want to talk to y'all about when things come to a head. When things come to a head. When things come to a head. What we're really talking about is when it's sort of like a karma situation, but it's actual and factual. Like with karma, you never know when it's going to strike. When things come to a head, you can see it. You know that you've been doing dirt for a while, or that things have been happening that you can see, like a chain of events, and you know that as things start getting eliminated, people start getting eliminated, that means that eventually you're going to be on the chopping block too. That's the case when you're like, let's say at a job situation. You know on the job that they've been laying people off, they've been downsizing people, they've been demoting people, they've been giving out severance packages and all of this stuff to try to save some money down the line. Corporate greed is no joke. But one of the easiest things for them to do is to cut large salaries. People who make a lot of money in corporate America are often the first ones to go. And it's really hard on them because, you know, if you have a trade or a skill or something like that, you can either freelance and go into business for yourself, or you know that certain companies are hiring in your field and you can just go get another job. But when you're when you're an executive, when you're a manager or something like that, it's not that easy. You know, six-figure salary, especially a high six-figure salary, that's not something you can just carry over from one job to the next. People hold on to those jobs very, very closely, and corporate seeks out to try to eliminate those positions to try to save some salary. It's not that they can't afford to pay you, because they can, but they try to protect themselves, and they hire these actuaries to be able to trim the fat. Often they do it every year. You see it, budget cuts, and they start firing people every year, one after another, and we feel the brunt of that. And it's not an easy situation to be in, because you see your man, you know, in this cubicle, he got clipped. This guy in this office, he got clipped. These three over here, these associates, they got clipped, you know, and you realize, like, yo, the circle is getting smaller and smaller. And if you're not the one that is in those meetings determining who's going to get clipped, more than likely, you're going to be one of them pretty soon. It's like waiting to get whacked in La Cosa Nostra or something like that. But it's a serious thing. And you know that if you haven't been doing your job well, you know, you haven't really been performing up to optimal level. It's been a little subpar. You've been stealing time. Maybe you get paid on salary, so you've been taking extra days. You ain't really been coming in. One of the things that they do in corporate America that, for me, it sends a message that pretty soon you'll be chopped off. But they say that it doesn't necessarily mean that, is when they have you start working from home. Working from home, remotely. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily mean that they don't need you, but there is something special about having to go into the office every day, because you get to talk to people. You get to find out what's going on. You find out the company atmosphere. When you work remotely, when you work from home, you don't know what's going on. You don't know who's conspiring. You don't know who's meeting with who. You have no way of knowing that. And it's not one of the most favorable positions to be in, but, you know, it happens. At first it sounds good. Like, I can work from home and still make the same salary, even get bonuses? Sounds good. But at the end of the day, you know they can find somebody else to work from home. You know, it's not that your skill set isn't valuable, but you know that they can find somebody else. You know, somebody from, you know, coming right out of college that can do the same job, or be trained to do the same job for less salary. You know they're gonna take it. You making $150,000 a year. You think nobody else is gonna take that for 75, 85, even 100? You're saving 50 grand. You can give that Anyway, greed, greed, greed. So you see things coming to a head. It's a stressful position because you think that you can see that your time is coming, and unfortunately, it does seem to come. Another situation where we're talking about things coming to a head is in relationships when you've been out cheating. You've been out doing your thing. You got 2 loves, 3 loves, 4 loves, whatever the case may be. You out there playing and all of that. Got a woman at home, or you have a wife, or maybe nobody lives with you, but you have a girlfriend, fiance, whatever. Y'all close. You've been together for years. Y'all may have things together, bills in each other's names, children with each other. Y'all close like that. But you've been kicking it with this other chick. And y'all getting close too. Or even if y'all not getting close, y'all been playing close. So you're in a boyfriend-girlfriend situation, but you've been playing boyfriend and girlfriend with somebody else. To make a long story short, one of the things that can happen that bring things to a head is you get pregnant. Or as a man, you get your girl on the side pregnant. Or as a woman, you get pregnant by the other dude. You know it ain't your man. You know it ain't your husband. So now the decision has to be made. Either you're pregnant or you got somebody pregnant. Now you have to decide, do I need to tell now? Which is really the suggested thing to do. Now a lot of men don't do this. They're so scared that they're going to get in trouble, that they're going to be the bad guy, or somebody's going to leave them, that they wait like the baby is going to magically go away. Or by some luck of the draw, you're going to be able to keep this secret child. It don't work that way. Some people have pulled it off. It eventually came out. Sometimes it doesn't come out until the funeral. But it comes out in some kind of way. And if you really want that monkey off your back, the best thing for you to do is to go ahead and tell the one that you are with that you have a baby. Tell them. Tell them. Because the chips are going to fall where they may. Now, if you know what I know, most relationships don't end because of cheating. They don't. People say it all the time, like, oh, I'm one and done. You cheat on me. That's like the ultimate betrayal. Ain't no way we getting back together. But when it really all comes down to it, when you're confronted with that situation, your heart tells you what to do. And your heart sometimes tells you to stick it out. It gets real ill sometimes, though. It gets real ill. Because, I've seen situations where a man had a baby on a baby outside of the relationship or outside of the marriage, and he didn't have a baby inside the marriage or in his main relationship. So what happens? During the time that the woman on the side is pregnant, the main woman gets pregnant too, or the wife. Yeah, some of y'all listening to that and be like, what? Who would do that? Yeah, it happens all the time. Maybe it only happens in my world. And no, it didn't happen to me. No. But it does happen. And it happens often enough for me to give an example or two. But yeah, and sometimes it's not the idea of the man. Sometimes it is. It comes out crazy, y'all, because I've seen a situation where the man was so scared that his main woman was going to leave him because he had this other woman pregnant, that he tried to get his main woman pregnant. His logic being that, all right, if I get my main woman pregnant, at least she can't say, well, how you gonna have a baby with her and you ain't have a baby with me? So 2 is better than 1 in this situation where the kids are going to be born only a few months apart. Sometimes only a few weeks. It gets crazy. Then I've seen it on the flip side, where if the main woman doesn't have a child and she's so upset that her man is having a child with another woman, that she pretty much makes herself get pregnant. Like, I'm gonna stop taking this pill. I mean, if he gonna be taking care of children, he might as well be taking care of mine. He say he love me, don't he? Now she might not divulge that information, Crazy part about it is I have heard it when it has been divulged. And no, not me again. It ain't about me. Now on the other situation where a woman gets pregnant by another man, well, you'd be hard pressed to find too many situations where she actually admits that to her husband or her man. And I think that although it's a really messy situation, it's probably a better thing to do. No, it's not. You gotta tell them. You gotta tell them. Because men do the same shit. You know, they say if my girl get pregnant by another man or whatever, ain't no way I'm sticking around. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go upside her head and upside his head and all of that. I've heard it all said. And the man stuck in there, you know, with that baby that's not his, and he treated the baby just like his. Yo, man, that's the world we live in. And just like I said, your heart steers. It tells everything what to do. It's ill like that. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and just remember, when it really all comes down to it, things are going to come to a head. What's done in the dark eventually comes out in the light. That means me, that means you, that means everybody you know, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your mom, your dad, grandparents, kids, co-workers, friends, neighbors, enemies. Everybody gets into a situation where something comes to a head. I don't care if it's just like a medical condition that you've been ignoring for the longest. Or should I say, you know, some aches or pains or something that you know is going on but you've just been ignoring it. It'll come to a head when it gets so serious that you have to have surgery or worse. I don't want to get into that. I want y'all to have a good night. Real good, you know what I mean? My sinus is acting all crazy, allergies too. I'll holler at y'all. But I'll holler at y'all. Yeah. Peace. UrbanTherapyWithSun.com. Don't forget that. Don't ever forget that. Mind Right Body Better Fitness Program. Get with the program, baby.